Right, so this is just a continuation of yesterday's video. Now we're starting on page 13 of page 100, so this is gonna take a while anyways. Anyways, tips for new players: save your 3-star Uber ticket until you finish your missions. The missions grant you tickets that give a random 3-star Uber, so you want to avoid getting dupes in this way. If you have a favorite Uber among those 9, you can use a ticket on them if the random tickets they give you her. If you want to pick first strings, Oguri Cab, Takaishi Uno, and Maruzetsky are the best. Oguri Cab is a very flexible Uber and can run in a lot of things competently. Takaishi Uno is the strongest when she's good, and Maruzetsky is a great parent for a lot of Ubers. Number 2, join the club as soon as you can, preferably one with many members. These are like well, I'm pretty sure we already read. Don't buy stuff from random shops that appear except for clocks. Well, yeah, we already. I'm pretty sure we already read this part. Whatever. Wait, did we already read it? Yeah, we probably did. Yeah, I should have put 13 on yesterday's episode. Anyways, lessons from the future. As we played the Japanese server for many years, we can look back and think about what we've done. Support cards. There are very few must-pull support cards early in the game. Crimson Black, Fine Motion, and Super Creek are the earliest ones, and Fine Motion doesn't even get a banner. A bit later, Barzensky and Fuku Speed, Nice Nature, and CP Wits are good, though stealth-specific. The card quality really starts going up around the 5th scenario, Grandmasters, so you have a lot of leeway to pull on Ubas you like early on. Friend and group cards are an interesting thing. They are usually the most powerful cards in their scenario. In scenarios 2, Naharu, and 4 Grand Live, the rare version of them is perfectly serviceable, but after that, the SSR start becoming mandatory. You can either pull them yourself or borrow them for 4 months. Having them yourself means you can borrow other things, so it is generally advised starting in Scenario 5, Grandmasters. Initial banners for scenarios are also usually have to have a lot of free pulls to help you reach the pity. Throne is a Throne is a group card that released about 2 weeks before the end of Scenario 3. She was extremely meta, defining for those 2 weeks, but then disappeared off the face of the earth. If they release her near the start of Scenario 3 this time around, maybe you want her. Umas. Don't chase the meta racing Umas, even if you pull the Uma with the strongest streak of the Hominid's Christmas Oguri. Winning a champions meeting event is only plus 1,500 carats over coming last. With the pity costing 30k carats, it takes far too many wins to offset the potential investment. Most of them are only good on a few tracks too. And with the accelerated global pace, they'll probably have even less places to shine. Chasing meta Umas is for whales. Or if you really like the horses. But then again, yeah, it's consider hard pitting and such. But real gamblers always win. So pull the Ubers you like. I Bill measured over for every single champion's beating after her release. I know people who did the same for Urara, impressive. So Christmas Oguri is a different and fun Huma to build. You could also aim for the good paired Umas, then strengthen the Umas you like. Ones with acceleration ultimates tend to be best early on, such as Yant Sky, Majiro Dober, and so on. There are often 2+ ultimates you want to inherit, so having them yourselves is good, and they last longer than racing-focused Umas. Many of them are added as daily legend races, though, so you could get them from that instead of pulling for them. I have no idea what this is about since I haven't played the game, but it's probably my fault for reading the funny document. Ideal support card banner pulls. Some of the competitive UMA GP players look through the past banners to see what they would pull on the free-to-play players. In retrospect, let's go the benefit of foresight. The benefit of foresight and the curse of hindsight, isn't it? The banners on the EM may not be exactly the same, but this can give you an idea of what to look for. Unless otherwise noted, roll generally means 400 pulls or until max limit break, whichever comes first. We have 50 to 100 free pulls on this banner on the Japanese server. Nice. Alright, URA. Yeah, reroll a kiss on that for a kiss on. Now you can last until you get the L arc, Wrong Creek Satuna. If you need SRs, you can max limit break Creek, and with SSR pick tickets over time, so she's not a high priority. But if you want to do early pulls, this is the banner for it. Haru, Roland Rico / Rice a little. Zero limit break Rico SSR is fine, and Rice is useful for double heals. Rico remains meta in MANT, and it could be used in Grand Live. Roll on Fuku stats IV for Fuku if you can, otherwise roll the top road banner. MANT, run Narita top road if you don't roll Fuku. You want at least one of them for this scenario. The star card from this banner is also great in MANT. If Throne banner is moved to star of MANT, you probably want to pull for it. Grand Live, run hello / Tachyon scenario banner. Tachyon falls off, so just one pity for hello roll. On Maru / Fine Motion. This was a rerun banner, so maybe it'll be skipped. Grandmaster is Ron Ramon becomes best wit card. Wrong Goddess, scenario card, 1 pity, 200 pulls. Ron / Snarl for a 1 limit break. On for the Fret Runner skill, which is meta. L arc, roll on pass / mace, scenario banner. Pass basically directly power creeps Kitasan. Oh, that's interesting. Maybe Ron McQueen better than how do I pronounce it? Ramonu. But Pace Chaser focused, not a huge upgrade. Rod, Sounds of Earth, strong card that can give a good speed skill. Creek is still usable, but sometimes you want a stamina card, but not a heal. Ron, Duramente / Dia for Dura if your free rolls are good, but not a huge upgrade. UAF from here on scenarios went from 6 months long to 4 months. Ron, Murphy / Fioka scenario banner, both very strong. GFF, Ron, Nishino / Yayoi scenario banner, both very strong. Ron, Falco / Ricky for a 1 limit break Falco for the front runner skill, which is LOH meta. Ron, Still in Love, upgrade for speed. Mecha, Ron, Hackers / Daiwa. Shaker becomes best stamina. Long deck, Shaker plus Creek SOE. Rod, Rudolph / Harden. Rudolph replaces Ramora / McQueen as best wit. And Twinkle Legends, Ron, Almond Eye / Legends scenario banner. Almond Eye mostly power creeps Pasa. Umas to watch for. Here are notable Umas that released throughout the game, mainly ones that are good parents for a long time. Meta racing Umas are replaced frequently. Parent Umas have better value for free-to-play players. Well, this is come into the internet, so better long-term account progress here. Anyways, note that there are many ways to get Umas: daily legend races, pick tickets, and sometimes banners where you can spark almost any Uma, so you don't have to roll for them when they come up. Plus, you can borrow parents or work them into your legacies as grandparents. You don't need every parent Uma yourself. There are Umas that are still used as parents even today on the Japanese server 5 years into the game's life. There are other good parents, but they get replaced by better options or are only used once ever. And Uma in italics is notable. And Uma in italics is just notable as being a particularly strong racing Uma. Oh, that's why I did italics. Yeah, URA, Take Shadows, Spread / Malpace / Late Parent, Majiro McQueen, often a decent parent for front lines. Maruzensky, frequent when parent for certain tracks for various styles depending on the track. Special Week, often a decent parent for pace / late Umas. Narita Bryant, surprisingly frequently used parent for non-front Umas. Sion Sky, forever useful and meta front runner parent. That's interesting. Hiseki, after her buff, a good frontline parent, don't pull immediately unless you like her. I feel like this should be behind everything. Or it doesn't need to be here, since, if you like the funny horse, you can get the funny horse. Haru, Majira / Stober, a meta-defining late-end parent for 3 years. Still comes up sometimes. Christmas Aguri Cap, dominant racing Uma for quite a while on a variety of tracks with a unique build involving carefully timing recovery skills. New Year's TM Opera O, always a nice pair for most Umas in medium/long. MANT. Kidison Black, long distance front runner parent. Boss Sion Sky, front runner parent on tracks where Sion Sky is bad. The Shino Flower, similar parent to Takai with some different tracks. Summer Gold Ship, best parent for team trials and debuffers. Copano Ricky, he extremely dominant in every dirt PvP event for years. 2 to 3 of those per year with a unique build involving stacking green skills. That's cool. Grand Live, NY Kidison Black, medium distance front place parent. Goes Harume, mild dirt parent mainly for pace/slate Umas. Valentine's Majiro Ryan, great parent on 2 specific tracks for non-front Umas. Grandmasters, Sakura Laro, best healer unique to inherit in long for pace/slate Umas. Neo Universe, medium distance backline parent and strong racer. Serious Symboling, great parent for 2,400 meter races, mainly pace/slate Umas. Summer Agnes Tachyon, good and medium parent for non-front Umas. Arc, note that this scenario is unusually heavy on good support card releases, so these ones are even more skippable. Sotono Crown, similar to NY Opera for late Umas in medium races. NY Nice Nature, again similar to NY Opera for backlines in medium races. UAF, Sigma Agnes Tachyon, basically the same as NY Nice Nature, also strong as a racer. Jungle Pocket, semi-limited Asterisk Uma, medium lane parent and strong racing Uma. GFF, Gentle Dona, semi-limited Asterisk Uma. Matter Pace style racing Uma. Mecha Christmas Abbey, parent for good and Umas in 2,400. Christmas Narita Top Road, almost always a good parent in medium/long races. Twinkle Legends, or favorite, how do you pronounce that? Semi-limited Asterisk Uma, and style racing Uma. Asterisk, semi-limited Umas can still be pulled from the gacha even when not on rate up, but aren't available in things like pick tickets. This makes them harder to acquire outside of their banner. So if you like these Umas, definitely go for them when they show up. How bad is the power creep? To be honest, that's a good question. The scenario is definitely power creep each other. They want you to always be playing the most recent few scenarios with more stats, higher caps, better skills, and so on available in the more recent ones. Sometimes they'll be distance specific, like GFF being for sprint/mile Umas and Mecha being for medium/long. But for the most part, you'll be playing the most recent scenario if you want to make the best Umas. So this does mean skipping a scenario isn't a big deal. On the left is the Uma made by an active competitive JP player with some of the most recent powerful cards in the DYI scenario, the 11th one. On the right is the Uma I trained with cards from Kidison and before. I'm no DYI expert, this was actually my first DIY run. That's interesting. So it is quite similar to URA in gameplay, so you might be able to push it higher with more experience. I'll say the difference, almost 60k while I'll look into 50k. Again, the difference will definitely matter in PvP and such. Probably. I don't actually know what the numbers mean. As you can see, the stats aren't all that different. I brought 2 speed cards instead of including a guts card, while the others are comparable. But the big difference is in the skill quality. I actually ran out of skills to buy on this Dober. Alright, yeah, she ended with 5,200 SP, so I had to buy various sprint, mile, medium, long, late, and pace skills just to spend them all. They're all over the place. The one she has bad aptitudes for contribute that score on top of course, being useless in actual races. I'll just buy random skills with extra SP. That's interesting. Even of the useful skills, there are obvious improvements. Super Creek gives a gold heal, Shakura, the stamina on the left, gives a gold heal that also provides a speed boost. Some support cards even give 2 gold skills these days, and or that you choose between 2 options. But overall, I'd say it's not too bad. If I wanted to catch back up, it would be about 6 months of playing. Cards worth pulling tend to last 4 to 12 months before being replaced by better options, so Creek is somehow still usable as a second stamina card. On the Uma side, I stopped playing their Grandmasters, and apparently I still have good enough Umas to raise for competitive events if I updated my cards. The top tier Umas get replaced frequently, but the good enough ones remain good enough. So the pound creep isn't that severe where, the top tiers do get stronger, but they don't fall behind. That's interesting. One of the competitive players gave me a list of Umas they used in past year of Champions meeting events, which is seen as the most competitive PvP format. 2000 meter Tokyo, Jungle Pocket 2 months old, TM Opera 42 months old, and Muteki 28 months old. 2500 meter Nakayama, Bossian Sky 31 months, Valentine's Miyahono Bourbon 33 months, Christmas Majiro Palmer 11 months. 2,400 meters Henshin Mecha Harita Taishin 1 month, Wind Variation New Satono Crowd 12 months. 1,600 Henshin Hamamin Zephyr 28 months. I'm pretty sure it's Zephyr or Zephyr. I've read it somewhere. Bamboo Memories 30 months. Durandal 5 months. Durandal, like 3,200 meter Kyoto. Orfevre 1 month. Wind Variation 4 months. Narita Taishin 48 months. 2,400 meter Tokyo. Orfevre 3 months. Loves Only You, Neo Universe 26 months. To quote, I very easily made a final in all of those, won some of them, and the one Umas contributed to all of them instead of just being fodder. Don't use this as a guide for what Umas to pull, but rather as evidence towards pulling what you like instead of chasing meta Umas. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, how long do I have to wait for X Uma? Here's the estimation of when every new Uma will release. Maybe don't look at this list if you're a Biko fan. It takes their release date on the JP server, reduces the number of days it took them to release the game by a third, then that's the global release date. With this best, the current estimate is at 0729. I don't actually know the months by number, by the way. Again, yeah, some people are actually able to know the months by number, so what's the 7th month? You'll be able to say immediately, but I have to go through the January, February, March, April, and I just count through all of them, but whatever. So I'm just going to read the numbers for these ones. But she actually released on, there's 0727, so it's not exact, but it'll give you an idea. All seeing is, the idea of the JP server's release schedule being just like one-thirded and send all the way to global. Quite interesting, isn't that? As you can tell from my previous parts of this, I'm very bad at pronouncing Japanese names, so prepare for a butchery. Musume, estimated release date, year and month day, TM Opera 2025 06 30, Mihono Bourbon 2025 07 04, or actual 2025 07 02, Biwa Hayadin 2507 10, actual 2507 10. Okay, this one's accurate. Chan 2507 29, actual 2507 27. Narita Taishin 2508 05, Smart Falcon 2508 12, Narita Brian 2508 19, Xian Sky 2509 4, Hishi Amazon 2509 12, Fuji Kazinski 2509 26, Gold City in 2510 01, Machino Dodo 2510 16, Aishin Flash 2510 22, Hishi Akebono 2511 05, Agnes Digital 2511 11, Kawakami Princess 2511 25, Manhattan Cafe 2512 01, Tosin Jordan 2512 14, Majiro Dober 2512 21, Fine Motion 2601 07, Domino Cross 2601 12, Sakura Chiono 2602 01, Majiro Arden 2602 13, and Mara Vega 2602 19, Citizen Black 260224. Frick, this is the hard date. Matic and Hauser. Matic and Hauser 260224. Satono Diamond 260303. Majuro Bright 260311. Nishino Flower 260327. Yano Muteki 260401. Inus Fujin 260415. Majiro Palmer 260422. Inari1 260506. Sweeped No Show 260512. Inar Shakur 260526. Bamboo Memory 260615. Copano Ricky 260621. Yukino Bijin, I'm assuming 260707. Seeking the Pearl 260712. 260713. Aston Machan 260727. Yamadin Zephyr 260801. Nakayama Festa 260815. Wonder Acute 260820. Zeno Rob Roy 260906. Hokut Harume 260925. Daitaku Helios 261002. Shinko Wendy 261018. Twin Turbo 261025. Mr. CB 261025. Daichi Ruby 261104. Siboli Chris S 261110. Sakura Laurel 261114. Wait, 261124. Neo Universe 261130. Hishi Miracle 261214. Tanio Gimlet 261220. Marvelous Sunday 270110. Katsuragi Ace 270124. Serious Symboli 270131. Narita Top Road 270223. KS Miracle 270313. Majiro Rahamunu 270401. Tap Dance City 270423. Satono Crown 270507. Cheval Grand 270513. Vivlos 270602. Biko Pegasus 270619. Duramente 270626. Ikuno Dictus 270626. Transcend 270707. Reinhardt Craft 270713. Sounds of Verse 270801. Norse Flight 270822. Jungle Pocket 270907. Dream Journey 270916. Calstone Light 271001. Gentodonna 271025. Cesario 271105. Durandal, holy hell, Durandal 271112. Bubblegum Fellow 271126. Aramacide 271221. Wind Variation 280105. Furioso, holy hell, Furioso 280201. Tsurumaru frick. Tsuyoshi 280218. Whatever. 280225. Grand Allegiant. Yeah. 280306. No Reason 280312. Fenomeno 280402. Rusida 280416. Loves Only You 280422. Cryogenesis 280507. Whatever. Gotcha. That's our 3-star Uma's rates in Uma are 3%. The rate of cards in Uma is appearing 0.75% of the time usually. You get rate ups doing 1/4 of the time you get a SSR/3-star. This is the same whether there are 2 rate ups or only 1. Each rate up will be 0.75%. It doesn't go up to 1.5% for a single rate ups. Because of this, dual banners tend to be preferred to pull on. Oh, that's interesting. You also get to pick any of the rate-up things after doing 200 pulls, which is known as sparking, a term originating from Grand Blue Fantasy, though it's a bit confusing with inheritance also being sparked on global. Huh. Oh, inheritance is called spark, that is silly. To get max limit break SSRs, you will need to spark twice. Pities do not carry across banners. If you do 100 pulls on one banner, you will start from 0 on the next, not from 100. In terms of US dollars, if you want to weigh one spark will run you 250 if you get them on sale, and about $408 at full price. Never tell me the odds, gamblers always win, or roughly $2 per pull. Huh. The 2500 pack is the best value after getting all the sales and monthly passes. They renew the sale packs from time to time. There are no limited UBAs. You can pick any character, even the summer or Christmas ones at any time. Some welfare support cards are event exclusive, but otherwise there are also no limited support cards. Here's a table showing what you can expect from a certain number of pulls, pretty included for any given rate up. So at 50 pulls, you have the 69% chance to get none, 26% to get 0 limit break, 5% to get 1 limit break, 0.6% to get 2 limit break, 0.1% to get 3 limit break, and 0% to get max limit break. Never tell me the odds, real gamblers always win. And 100 pulls, you have a 47% chance to get nothing, to not get it, 36% chance to just get it, 30% chance to get 1 limit break, 3% chance to get 2 limit breaks, 0.6% to get 3 limit breaks, and 0.1% to get max limit break. Also, yeah, the variation, yeah, I'm pretty sure like exponential and stuff. Like 0% to get none to do spark it, 22% to just get it, 34% to get 1 limit break, 2%, 25% to get 2 limit breaks, 13% to get 3 limit breaks, and 6% to get max limit breaks. At 300 pulls, you have 11% to get 0 to get it. You have 11% chance to get it at 0 limit breaks, 24% chance to get 1 limit break, 27% chance to get 2 limit breaks, 20% to get 3 limit breaks, and 19% to max limit break. Oh, the variation here, right? Yeah, since sparking and such, and guarantees, and I'm pretty sure pity mechanics too. At 400, you will definitely get 1 limit break, but you actually end up having a 5% chance to only end up with 1 limit break, 50% chance for 2 limit breaks, 22% chance for 3 limit breaks, and a 58% chance for max limit break. At 500 pulls, you will go to a 2% chance for 1 limit break, 89% chance for 2 limit breaks, 17% chance for 3 limit breaks, and 72% for max limit break. At 600, you can shard all the. I'm pretty you can like spark it 3 times, so it's guaranteed. There are guaranteed 2 limit breaks, but you only have but realistically it's 1% chance for 2 limit breaks, 5% for 3 limit breaks, and 94% chance for a max limit break. As a Limbus company, this odds is very ominous, since real gamblers always lose, cause screw you. Anyways, sometimes there will be an UMA banner with no rate ups. This happened for New Year 2021 on the JP server. In this case, you can spark any UMA. I'll just be able to spark anything, but again, sparks not carry over and having to save up 200 pulls. Quite difficult, isn't it? Common terms JPE players use. If you read old guides or talk to players who played on the Japanese servers, they would actively use the terms they are familiar with sometimes, especially if they haven't played globals themselves. Here's a quick comparison for reference. I'll just have the full one. Yeah, we can go to wisdom, intelligence, and int. Makes sense. Again, wisdom and int are actually different stats in many RPGs. Intelligence is how much you can figure out and think, and wisdom. Intelligence is like what you know, and if that makes you smart, well, wisdom is like how good at problem solving stuff, whatever. Spreading is also short, medium could be mid. Style can also be used as strategy or position. Mood can be motivation. Front runner, or it could also just be set as running. Or pace chaser can be used as a leader, set as the leader. Late chasers can be a betweener, and closers can be considered a chaser. Being rush can be Aru panic, or the Japanese. Legacy can be parent inheritance, legacy origin is grandparents. Makes sense. Gas legacy is also known as rental parents. This one's pretty obvious. Now sparks can also be considered as inheritance or factors. Japanese written and whatever. Affinity can also be used as compatibility, team trials, is referred sometimes by stadium. Clubs can be referred to as circles. Club points can be referred to as crowns or trainer medals. Well, what do the club points even look like? Do they look like do they look like crowns or trainer medals? I don't know. Cleats, also called horseshoes. I'm pretty sure this is just a general grammatic thing. Carrots, also the jewels and gems. I'll say that carrots is still a very good pun. Like, you really just can't believe this kind of stuff. But again, bodies says this is the other one to offset it. Fast are also referred to as sharp. Charming can also be, charming or adorable. Aw. Although, frequently asked questions. Why can't I put this Uma I just pulled on my PvP team? You didn't train them yet, stupid. Is this card I just pulled good? Zero limit break SSRs will be worse than SR with limit break, so probably not. Check the tier list. What builds are used for X? Check the builds, stupid. What scenario should I play in? You only have one scenario right now, but the newest scenario will be the best, whichever is the furthest right. When making parents, some scenarios give unique skills that you might want to inherit. Who should I use for loop breeding for X? Global is outdated. People are still talking about loop breeding. Don't do loop breeding unless you're prepared to do 500 runs. You can safely forget it exists. It gives a little benefit over normal training. Yeah, loop breeding, I didn't yeah, what does it mean? From the name, I'm assuming it's like to use like a parent and of Uma for another Uma to have as a grandparent be another one. And this so you can level up skills but again, yeah, just trade your Uma repeatedly using different ones probably works better too. Why did I lose this race? Even though all my stats are way higher than my opponents, you probably got blocked. Your Uma can get surrounded by other Umas and be unable to move sometimes. It just happens, nothing you can do about it. In story and such, you can pick frontrunner as a style every time to mitigate this, but it can still happen with a late start. Aw. How do I win this race? CG for mission or a main story or anything. The most common issue is lack of stamina referred to the required stamina chart, where we'll get to that later. Lower it by 600. Trading as career gives you a secret stat boost. Oh, that's interesting. If your stamina is fine, the power is probably the issue. Make sure your Uma also has an A or better for the surface to distance. What skill should I buy here? Pick one distance and one style your Uma has A or better in. Buy skills that have at the end of skill. For example, if the skill ends in Pace Chaser, it can only be activated by Pace Chasers. If it ends with Slong, it can only be activated in long distances. You can also buy skills that have nothing in the brackets at the end, unless they're at the top of the list, aka uniques. That's fine to start. For more advanced buying criteria, see the skill rankings. Yippee. Do debuffs that affect my own Umas in team races? That makes them pretty pointless, no, they don't. Huh. I'll say it would be funny if the horses just go in each other's way. Do debuff stack? Yeah, it's all skill stack even if they have the same name. Oh, that's cool. Can I check how many races I've done while still in training? Open the menu, bottom right, and click the button with a funny trophy icon. Does the skill work outside of training? Yes, any skill you can buy can be used anywhere. Can greed skills increase your stats beyond the cap? The internal stat caps are 2,000. The greed skills can raise your stats to 2,000. How do you get rid of Umas I don't want? Go to Hall of Fame, press the button in the bottom right, then click the Umas you want to sell. Double check their inheritance first. You don't want to accidentally sell good parent. We can sell your Umas, aw. Do we know what the next banner is? I hope so. They post them on Twitter, and it's probably on the second page of stock. Second page as in page 2, or I don't know. When will X get a rerun? You could look at the banner history for the JP server for an idea, but we don't quite know if the reruns will be the same. To be honest, they probably won't, since the heightened release schedule and such. Is this character unlimited? No, there are no limited Umas. Other than event welfare, there are also no limited support cards. Later, they'll add the ability to revisit old events for welfare if you need one. To be honest, I feel like that's a good thing to just keep permanently, so like you always get the events and stuff. When there's a banner / event ends, and this time is listed in game stupid. Which card do I spend my club points on? This is the answer to the funny club point section. Yippee. What do the three shapes mean in the race? Don't worry about it, just think of them as representations of your speed, stamina, and power relative to the field. Alright, and are you playing global? I'd reroll. I'll reroll for Kidison and aim to win every race with over for the title. No current plans to participate in any of the discords. Yeah, whatever. Today's the day. Where do we end it off? Page 27.